What's up, HP? How you doing, big dog?
What to do, sir? I'm ready to fucking get these projects done for this week and
Okay.
head the fuck out of town.
Oh yeah. Is Costa Rica?
Costa fucking Rica.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love to hear
Yeah.
that. Okay,
Oh
here, let me add you into here. Go live with Global
yeah.
HP.
I'm ready. I don't know. How much we gotta do a screenshot, see how much blacker I come back.
Yeah. Take a picture before you go and then take another picture when you arrive.
Hell yeah. Yes, sir. Ski. We in this bitch. What does it do? Feel so fly?
I'm good out here. I'm good out here.
Good out here.
Oh yeah, I had a pretty cool day. I'm off on Wednesdays, so I usually have the day. Some Wednesdays are productive. Some Wednesdays are real chill.
And
Today's
then
Wednesday was kind of chill. Like I didn't do too much. It probably because I had a coworker that invited me out last night after work. So we went out, had a couple drinks after work. Some of the homies, or I said he asked me what I was going to do after, and I'm like, probably go home, smoke a bowl, go to sleep. And he was like, "Shit, can I roll with you?" And I was like, "Sure." So once that came up, another person was like, "Oh, what are y'all about to do?" I told her she wanted to come. I invited a couple more people. They didn't want to come, so it was just the three of us. And then 20 minutes later, another one called. Was like, "Hey, were you what y'all doing or what you doing?"
right.
I was like, "I'm just sitting on my about to light this bowl." She was like, "Oh, well, can I come over? Who all's over there?"
Can
But
I
the way she
come?
was the way she was talking, it sounded like she wanted to come over whether I had people over here or not.
Word.
So it yeah, I think if I told her that I was here by myself, I still think she would have pulled up. That's another story for another day.
Another story, another story. Anyways, that was the one you was with today.
No, 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 no. Those are my coworkers. So I went and did something different today. I went on a date with a different girl,
Okay.
and we just went on a walk at the park or a walk at the lake. There's a lake probably about 10 minutes away from my house, and so we went on a date. Went walking around the lake, looking at the duckies. Hanging out.
Lake
They had
date.
this right had this nice pier, so we walked around for probably about 20-30 minutes and sat on the pier and talked for 20-30 minutes, and then walked on back.
Alright, that's chill as fuck.
Right. She was like, "Yeah, I really enjoyed it." She was like, "I wanted it," because she mentioned that she wanted to go out on the lake while she was on vacation. She's on vacation this week, so I took her to the lake. She was like, "Oh, you remember me saying that?" I'm like, "Girl,
Oh,
yes,
look at you.
yes." This
I
bro,
said, I'm so fly.
listening is free. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ooh.
if a girl gives you it gives you when she actually does say something and open up to you, like that's free game. You got to take that and run with it.
Mm, that's a bar.
Because
Timestamp.
sometimes, right? Because sometimes they don't open up, to everybody. It's actually like very interesting. Like I've always heard people have walls up or have barriers up, but generally I find that the people I end up connecting with or try to date, their barriers aren't all that high, and if they are high, I'm pretty good at climbing them or taking them down with them in a
Yeah,
comfortable
same
way.
here.
But there's this new girl that I've been talking to that like she seems to have that wall kind of like set, and I'm not sure what to do about it.
Mm,
Like if you ran
yeah,
into somebody with like real high walls up, what is usually your approach to
knock it down, boy.
that? You
That's
can't
it.
always be
That's
the
it.
bulldozer though.
I know. Well, the thing is, like, I'm the slow chipper. I got the chisel with the hammer,
Just slowly chipping away at it, huh?
and I just away. And that, like, I think I'm drawn to that, to just like the shadow, the one that just doesn't, that looks like don't bother me type shit. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. We alive right now. Like,
You did tell me
let's
that.
get through
You
that.
like a little bit of a stank face because you like to try to
Yeah,
turn it around.
I do. I like the
You one of those people that literally does like
I
a
like getting
challenge.
through. Right, right.
See,
So I got that small chisel.
I'm not
Make that
big. I'm
work.
not big on like a big challenge. What's up, BJ's? Like, I don't need. there to be a challenge to like, you don't need to make the relationship more challenging once we establish some rapport. Like, if anything, you need to make the shit easier. Like,
True.
I
What up,
think it was
BJ?
a reel that we posted a while ago. It was like, once a man invests like emotionally in you, he's just hoping that you don't make this shit more difficult. Because he's like, I've already decided to take you out. I've already decided to spend time with you. I've already decided to put resources into you. I've already decided to kind of open up to you. And I've decided to like, okay, I really like you. Like, I don't even really want to fuck with these other girls. I want to talk to you. So for you to turn around and then make it harder for me to be with you literally makes no fucking sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But it's, you know, not everybody's ready for that moment. You know, even though they may claim or may feel, I'll drink to that. Not everybody's ready. You know, but you're in a state where you're like, okay, had a few relationships. I'm coming into my personal self. Now I know what I'm looking for when I, you know, spend time with somebody, when I invest that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that has to be, you know, that has to just be like reiterated and reiterated, and you just got to smell out the bullshit.
Yeah.
Because one time should be enough at a certain age, right? But
One time for
for
what?
humans, one time of explaining your expectations, your current status in life, what you're looking for in the future, right? Like
Yeah,
you
it
said,
also
listening's
depends on
free
how
game.
much people listening. Yeah, how much are people
Right,
listening?
right. So it's finicky. It's different with every person, but that's why that's why people keep their guard up for so long, because like the smoke in the mirrors is real.
I think it's like what somebody tells you versus what you believe, and then what someone tells you versus what you believe that they meant
Mm-hmm.
or heard what they meant or whatever, plus what they actually think, right? It's kind of like there's three sides to every story: your side, my side, and the truth. And
Right,
so, if somebody tells you about their feelings, it could be that those are the genuine feelings. It could be that you heard a certain version of what they said, and maybe you rationalized it with whatever you were thinking, so that it goes in
right,
line.
right.
Or maybe it wasn't what they said at all. You just ignored them and kept pushing through with your narrative the way you wanted to,
In there.
right? And that's I think, the most dangerous version of it.
Oh
But
yeah.
if you're just joining the Tell Me How You Really Feel show, we are talking about opening up to somebody new right now. It's episode 91 of the Tell Me How You Really Feel show, streaming live on Instagram. And this episode that you're watching right now on YouTube, thank you for all our subscribers. You can also catch live on the Tell Me How You Really Feel show. That is Tell
Facts.
Me How You Really Feel show on Instagram. I'll show it to you right here. Bada bing, bada boom. Follow us for
Boom.
more content soon.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Open it up. That's like one of the scariest and like best things ever. Like I don't know how that's wrapped in one, but it really is.
Often things that are good for us are scary.
Often things that are good for us are scary.
Yeah, because it forces if like
You basically, yeah, I feel like you're playing off of like, in order to like grow, you know, it's like kind of growth. You know what I mean? Like
mhm.
growth is good for you. Often that like next level of growth is like a scary step, and you're having to confront or confront would be the word. Confront, deal with, get through things you never even tried before. You know,
Mhm.
and so I guess that's part of opening up. Is like you may have tried it before, but it's a different person now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Might be the same story you're sharing, but a different person you're sharing it to. And it's a blessing to have that, as long as you know, so that shit's received. Um, and it's not just, you know, rigor more, if anybody knows that phrase.
Yeah, I think it could be partially like cultural difference, right? Because a lot of people I notice that are from Texas like don't leave Texas because it's such a big place with so many options available. Like they don't have to move out of Dallas to find a job. It's a big city. It has all the jobs, right? They don't have to
Mm-hmm.
move out of Dallas to hell experience anything that they think they'd want to experience. They don't want to experience snow. They don't want to experience, the wide open space of a cornfield. Like they have no interest in that. So everything that they want seemingly is right here. And so their knowledge of like where we're from, right? Indianapolis, Indiana, is very, very limited. What's going on, Betsy Kitty? What's going on? Welcome to the Tell Me How You Really Feel show. But like, yeah, their experience is no different. But since she's from the South, right? Her, I guess, experience with dudes could be way different than the experience with dudes, the other girls I've talked to that have all either been from Indiana or lived in Indiana. Every girl I've ever dated, that's been the case. But now it's coming from a completely different place, and maybe I just don't know. I don't spit game like they do. I don't like run game like they do down here in the South. I don't know the difference. Like, are any of y'all ever been in the South and like noticed like a difference in like how men and women interact? Like, what does game look like in Texas or in Mississippi or in Florida versus what does it look like in New York or Chicago or Indianapolis?
Right.
Or Cali.
Some places it's paying for it.
Right.
Like,
you notice like
no shoes.
You notice people got different game in Cali. Have you noticed the people shooting their shots in a weird way?
I really haven't. You know what I mean? I haven't at all. Like, I'm not really noticing motherfuckers and how they're trying to be on the prowl out here. What's up, Mr. Somerville? Glad to have you, good brother.
You don't have any single friends out there in Cali? Still in the mix?
Yeah, I got a couple.
What sort of stuff are they telling you about the ladies in Cali?
Man, one comes to mind. Motherfucking Brandon. I don't even know his last name. But he's really just like, he's talking about how like some of the chicks will like swipe right on him, but then, so this isn't even really game. This is like virtual. Like this isn't in the streets, right? But he's like how they'll swipe on him and then like leave him in the dust. Like he'll be like, okay, let's hang out, blah, blah, blah. They learn a little bit more about him and they're like, nope, I'm out this hoe. And I'm not sure what that is exactly, but I don't have any, firsthand encounters or
the dating app. The dating app is dating apps in the big city are definitely different. Like back when I had Tinder a long time ago, back in when I lived single in college, like also like college town Tinder, way different from like big cities. Way different. Like you put that age function like 25 plus, you probably gonna get like almost nothing. You're gonna run out of people real quick. Everybody in the college town, average age 21 or 22 type shit.
Yeah.
But like in the big city, obviously there's lots of age ranges. There's lots of differences in, ethnicities, body types, hair colors, all that good shit. There's a little bit of everything. There's also a lot of similarity I've noticed here in Dallas as well. Like you get real skinny white girls with blonde hair and cowgirl boots, or you get like thick ass black women that moved here from like Mississippi. It's like depending on what app you're on, it's a stark difference.
Really?
Very much so. Yeah.
I believe it. I feel like a lot more people have moved to Texas now. And Texas has few different vibes. Like you've got country Texas, you've got inner city Texas, you've got rural Texas, you've got kind of corporate Texas with like Tesla building up shops there, right? So like, they're bringing a lot of different people there. But then again, like you said, like the app Texas is different than like the physical Texas.
Yeah, you know app Texas is wild. Like, and sure, there's so many transplants too that like now there's like this melting pot of like different cultures. Because like I noticed that I had a tendency for Midwestern people that had relocated to Texas. Like when I looked at like some of my matches, the girls I thought were cute, they're like moved here from Chicago, moved here from Minnesota, moved here from Wisconsin.
Is there a look or is there like an energy that Midwest has that is just like that you're drawn to?
I think T pointed it out to me the other day. He was like, Midwest chicks are the best. And he was like, yeah, bro, they got the most. It's like they got the most yams. They got the prettiest faces. They smart. They educated. They kind of err on the side of being a little more conservative sometimes than maybe the big city like girls. And he's like, yeah, it's like the Midwest girls is where it's at. But I think it's a bias thing. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Because like you got to think, we grew up in the Midwest, right? Sure I understand. Liking certain, we like the pretty girls that were in our classes, right?
Yeah,
that are also from our area. So like that is what our beauty standard was set by, is the Midwestern people and those features. Like not a lot of people are moving to Indianapolis or Indiana the same way they're moving to Texas. They never have, and they probably never will. So the people that we grew up with, their families have probably been there for a couple generations. Yeah. And like they have a certain look because we've been, mixing together. The same 22% black people that are in Indianapolis have been mixing together, making more black people. That's why we got cousins all over the place. You got to fucking ask a couple questions to make sure y'all not related. I remember seeing this girl from my high school at my family reunion. That like girl I didn't talk to, just I recognized. I'm like, don't you go to Broad Ripple? She was like, yeah. I'm like, what are you doing here? She's like, oh, my auntie invited me, yada yada yada. And I was like,
what?
You know Tiny? He's like, yeah, that's my aunt. I was like, that's my aunt. I found out I had a whole cousin. I'm like, I'm so happy that nothing happened between us.
Yo, our families do, like, they take a moment to say, yo, like, make sure you find out who these motherfuckers' families are, because they probably more closely related than you think.
They might just be, you know what I mean? So I think, to encapsulate all that, because I'm rambling, is that, we have a tendency to like the Midwestern look of women. Just whatever those features happen to be, the noses, the eyes, whatever. I don't know how to describe it or what exactly it is, but it's just a certain look that's like, okay, this is what a pretty girl looks like. Especially for black women, like Midwestern black women have a look. They have a certain style to them, how they wear their hair. Like there's way more like lace fronts and wigs down here in Texas than there ever were in Indy. Like I see far more of those down here in Texas, which makes no sense because it's so fucking hot. Like, how you putting all that shit on? That don't make sense.
All right, just for giggles, 23 facts of all Midwestern women know to be true. You were taught at a young age that cornhole is not a game, it's an art. You were taught at an even younger age to live and die by your family's favorite sports team.
Facts. The girls that root for the Colts and the Pacers are avid.
Facts. Every day you camped out at your local bar screaming at the top of your lungs. Growing up, chances are you were a tough kid.
Probably.
Whatever the boys were doing, you were right there with them.
They try.
You might have wondered what other girls got to do that you were missing out on. All the toughness turned you into one damn capable adult. You've been hardened completely by unpredictable weather in the warmer months and below freezing temperatures all winter.
Yeah.
But it's taught you how to weather any storm.
Factual.
Frigid cold to some is positively balmy to you.
Yep.
You have known the seductive comfort of the UGG boot.
Not the seductive comfort of the UGG boot. Hey, I do fuck with an UGG boot though. I ain't gonna lie. Have you put on some Uggs before?
I have. I got some UGG slippers. I just had to retire recently.
Bro, so my UGG slippers. I haven't retired them yet. They could probably use a little steam cleaning, but.
Bro, I had them hoes since high school. My high school girlfriend got me some UGG slippers. I got her some fake Ed Hardy. Or some fake something.
Not the Ned Hardy. You got her the Ned Hardy?
Got the Ned Hardy, bro. Midwestern girls know good manners are not optional.
No, they're not.
They firmly believe that no person should be paying $15 for a cocktail.
Yeah, duh.
I don't know about this one. You are second to none when it comes to rocking the electric slide.
Is the electric slide a Midwestern thing?
No way.
I mean, it could be.
That was a black thing.
Right, but from where?
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised
The
if like
South, nigga?
I wouldn't be surprised if the people that created the electric slide are from like Chicago or like fucking Cleveland or something. Now I want to look that up. But keep going with your list while I look that up.
It's starting to get a little terrible. Your standard for acceptable snack food is high, and you suffer no lesser imitations. You know that a good bonfire can make or break a party. That's some Southern Indiana shit. It's called pop. Damn it. You know that people who hate on lakes just haven't been properly introduced to your part of the country. No matter where life takes you, never forget where you came from. That was it. About damn near, so the majority of them bitches were true.
Oh, the electric slide is from Jamaica.
Okay. Blackness, Jamaica.
Yeah, commonly known as the electric slide, the line dance craze that swept America in the 90s actually has its roots in Jamaica in the 70s.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The more you know.
An upbeat reggae song by Bunny Wailer.
Right? Who would have thunk it?
Right? Jamaica. No, I would have never thought Jamaica or the electric slide hailed from a reggae, upbeat reggae. Okay. Somehow Midwestern women brought us to the origination of the electric slide. That's different.
All right. I'm inviting some more people to the stream. I suggest you do the same.
What aren't people talking about? That's been kind of. I was in the car one day. I don't know if I saw something on social media or if that just popped up, but what are these like untouched topics? And not even like specifically in relationships, but like just the topics that we don't even think to talk about.
I think sometimes we stray away from like super controversial topics or things that'll make us seem toxic.
Yeah, kind of, right?
We shy away from those. We shy away from
especially when you're on wax.
Men versus women approaches or like topics. But if we want to make it a little spicier, we probably should.
I mean, I would like to have the debate of like what the man has to deal with that the woman doesn't, and vice versa. In like American culture.
Okay.
But it could just be like race. It could be the human race culture and not really American culture. But I mean, I can only speak from once. I don't even know what side I can speak from, right? Like you need both parties to really have this conversation.
Right. And we'll probably get some ladies over here. What's going on? What's going on, my man? Check this out. We are talking about our next topic in a second. I think to understand the differences, we need to understand one main difference, right? So you know how we might say like, yo, she a 10, or like on a scale of 1 to 10, she an 11, right? What does that really mean? Like, how did we come up with that number? Because I found a scale for women rating men that is supposedly that might actually humble some folk if they look at the scale through the women's lens, right? So is this scale accurate, you think? And where do you think a lot more people fall? So I'm going to tell you, there's on a 10-point scale, you get 1 point for each one of these things. Number 1 is your face, right? Do you look good? Do you keep your teeth straight? Are your teeth whitened? Do you keep up with your appearance? And are you generally a decent looking dude in the face? Right? That's only worth 1 point. You could be fine as shit, but that's only worth 1 point apparently.
Okay.
Secondly, we have your body, right? You ever took off your shirt and the girl's like, ooh, She let that little sigh. Like you know if it's happened. You know. I've had that happen. I've had that happen to me. I've had that happen to me one time. What's up, Lexi? Let me know if this scale is accurate on how you would rate men. They get 1 point for having a pretty face, right? Or a good facial appearance, right? They get another point if they've got a nice body, they work out, and there's a little ooh and ah when it comes out. It happened to me one time. I was at basic training. Yeah, I was at basic training.
We don't need the story. Keep going.
And we got to pass. No, it's gonna be a quick story. We got to pass. And my girlfriend came down to visit me. And, being in basic training, all we do is fucking exercise in the heat of Georgia all day. So I was in pretty good shape. We got to the hotel room, and I took off my shirt, and her knees buckled. Swear to God, her knees buckled. And she put her hands all down my chest because I had abs. She was like, oh my God. She was like, whatever you were doing, you keep doing that when we get home. Like, just keep doing whatever it is they got you doing now. And I was like, fuck you talk about. Ain't no way I'm doing the shit they got me doing now. Hey, what's going on, Maz? How you doing? Welcome to the Tell Me How You Really Feel show.
84.
So yeah, 1 point for the face, 1 point for the body, 1 point for your height. If your height's over 6 foot, you get an extra point just cause, right? That's important to them. Number 4 is if you got game, right? Can you hold a conversation? Can you make her laugh? Can you, inquire about her mind? Get her brain warmed up more than her body, right? Can you do that? If you can, great. It's only worth 1 point, right? We're at 4. So if you have all the above, you're still only a 4 to women. Number 5 is your stroke game. Self-explanatory. But you
can't rate somebody. You rate people before they get the pipe, right? How can that be a part of it? So nobody's a 10 basically until they've been in the sheets.
Right. Yeah. It has to do with, if you have the proper equipment and if you know how to use it well. Right. So if you have at least average equipment and above average technique, you get a point. So still, if you have all these things, you cute, nice body, you tall, you got game, and you can stroke them till they're satisfied. You still are only a 5. And then there's only one category left that is worth 5 points. Would you like to take a guess on what it is? Right? You cute, you got a nice body, you tall, you got game, you can stroke. What is the other thing that a lady is going to hinge her opinion of you on?
Half of the 10 points is this last thing.
Half. What do you think?
It is.
What do y'all think? Deuce B. Wyland, Lexi, what do y'all think the last category is for the men's 1 to 10 scale?
Education.
Wrong.
Okay.
That is not worth 5 points.
Hey, you said a guess. So I'm guessing.
You don't want to say it, but just say it. It's the most obvious one that I haven't mentioned.
What is it, people?
What is it? I don't know if they're going to answer, but
this is 5. So it's gotta be high yield.
Indeed, there's 5 points for being a high income earner. So if you are a high income earner that brings in over 6 figures, congratulations. That's worth a 5 on the scale.
Wow.
So, according to ladies, in order to be a perfect 10, you need to have a cute face, have a nice body, look like you exercise, be over 6 feet tall, have some game, be able to stroke, and be a 6-figure earner. If you do all those things, you are a perfect 10 in ladies' eyes, according to the research that I found.
Damn.
What's your reaction to that?
That seems like a 10's attainable. Like, you can't change your face, right?
Can't change your face, can't change your height.
I guess you can change your face.
Yeah, you can kind of change your face, actually.
Like, You can change your body.
Yep, you can always change that.
You can change. I'm missing the third.
Your stroke game.
Yeah, I don't know if you can change your stroke game. Can't change your stroke game.
I mean, you definitely can change your stroke game. Like
you can change it, but like
you can educate yourself to stroke better,
you can educate yourself to
differently.
Start creating more motion.
That's what I'm saying. My stroke game is definitely different now than it was 10 years ago because I've learned more.
Right, but in terms of package, what you gonna do?
I mean, yes, you can't change the size. Like the package is what it is.
Package is what it is. And
your body, your face, your height, your game.
Height. Can't change the height either. So, at most, motherfuckers can be an 8 out of 10. They can be anybody in this world can be an 8 out of 10. Yeah. At least a 7. If they want to change their face, they can be an 8. But sometimes I don't work. Honestly, I'm not too surprised by this. This makes a lot of sense. The fact that money is like half of your rating, like that makes a lot of sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
If this was like an American-made blog or for American stuff,
I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, then that makes a lot of sense because money rules, and you can have none of the above, none of the 5, and still get bitches if you got some money.
Because you was like, he's not all that cute, but he's rich. Like that's how ugly billionaires get ladies. That's how ugly musicians get ladies. And part of that is your talent, right? And that's maybe attractive that you are like ambitious, right? Because that's technically not on there. But I would say that you've probably got to be decently ambitious to earn 6 figures.
Yeah, true that.
Like you're not gonna nobody's gonna just hand you 6 figures. You got to be ambitious enough to go get that shit.
That was on our scale though. When we did like the starting 5, like the ambition one was there. That was on there.
Yeah, the ambitious lady, but yeah, the scale is different for ladies. Let's work on putting together a scale for the ladies and see what that comes out to.
Well, I looked up one, and I don't really like where it's coming from because it's all physical based, right?
Okay.
But growing up, this is kind of how you envision like a scale rating, right?
Okay.
1 is a monster, forces people to leave the room.
To leave the room.
Yes.
Okay.
To never be seen again. 2, you wouldn't want to poke it with a 10-foot pole, but you can look at it.
Oh, this is 3, describing the numbers. Okay.
Yeah. 3, you'd only want to communicate over text, no FaceTime, but you at least talk to them.
Ooh, that's tough.
4, just plain unattractive.
Not aggressively unattractive, just plain.
No, not aggressive, just plain unattractive. Like just plain unattractive. Like doesn't have to leave the room. Could still might get it. Like not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
You can FaceTime. But like it's just like you're there because of the energy and the vibes, not because of what you're seeing. 5, average. Nothing about the appearance stands out.
Is that? I feel like that's almost worse. Nothing about your appearance stands out. Nothing. That's sad.
But at least if nothing stands out, doesn't mean at least that's not unattractive. It's just like nothing stands out on the good side. But at least
I would rather at least stand out on the bad side and stand out on the good than not stand out at all. Like, yeah, he's a really nice guy. He seems to have a cute face and have a cute body, but he's just stinks. Like, I can get over that. Like, there's a quality that is holding me back. But if it's just like, yeah, I don't have anything necessarily wrong with me. It just ain't nothing good about me. Like, that's even worse.
And when you break it down, I mean, shit, yes.
You sitting at
I don't
neutral.
Want to do 4 or 5, goddammit. Neutral.
Yeah. Either put me in reverse or put it in drive. Don't let me sit at neutral.
This one's even worse though. 6. The squad would roast you for liking this girl. But not too bad. You get roasted, but not too bad.
Would I roast you for? I mean, Okay, yeah, it makes sense because it's like you can
No,
understand
bro.
why that person likes them because there is a quality that is likable. That's more than the 5, right? Because the 5 is nothing stands out. A 6, there's something that stands out. Like you have one great feature. If I think if you're a
Yeah.
6,
Yeah, that's
like
it, right?
yeah, if you're a 6, like you either got like real pretty eyes, or you got like really nice hair, or you got a real big booty, or like there's something about you that is exceptional.
Right. Right.
Just one thing.
And that's why you're not getting roasted too bad.
Yeah, that's why you're not gonna get roasted too bad. Cause it's like, all right, nigga, I see it. I see why. I see why. Now that I met her, I see exactly why. This makes sense.
Oh my god. Damn, I had someone want to. Oh, you ever had a homie that you just had to like confront or wanted to confront
A homie,
because of? Yeah,
like you had to let him know that his girl was not it.
yeah. It's just
No,
tough.
well, I mean, I didn't tell him up front, right? He was like, he introduced me to the chick as his girl, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Hey, you like it? I love it. Like I'm a supportive friend. But like definitely once they broke up, oh yeah, I let him know. I was like,
Bro, it was
thank
hard.
God.
I couldn't do it. No, I couldn't do it. Like I could talk to B about it. I couldn't talk to the homies about it at all. But like I just couldn't do it. But I would like every chance I had, I'd make that like statement. You feel me? Like what's like really thinking about it. Oh, like she did this. Oh yeah, cut that shit off, bro. Like just cut it off.
Oh, you just tell him straight up. You couldn't hold back. You just like
No. I couldn't tell him, but like whenever he would announce something that they were going through, I'd be like, oh yeah, no, cut that shit, bro. Like the smallest thing or the biggest thing. Like I'm just like, nope, get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? But I can come out blaming like, bro, like the thing that you are claiming, it's a bad look for all of us.
It's a bad look for all of us. God damn.
Like take yourself out of the equation.
How bad does it like a 6 ain't a bad look for all of us? Is
bro?
It?
Bro.
I mean
this is like just it's like a 3 or 4.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So once me and the homie broke up with that girl, I was
it's like a 2 or 3.
I was like, yo, it's fine, bro. That bitch was ugly anyway.
Right.
Like I was talking bad cash.
Anyways.
And then they got back together and I had to
So 7 is
eat a bunch
decently
of crow.
attractive. Oh wow.
Yeah.
What? Whatever the fuck that means. 8, pretty hot. If she doesn't have a boyfriend, she will soon. 9, one hot piece of ass. The fuck. 10, getting the definition of perfection, which is impossible. But yeah, all this shit is beauty standards.
What's impossible?
Perfection.
I think a 10. I think a 10 really. It's not necessarily perfection. Yeah. It's like something that catches you like off guard with their attraction.
Yeah, true.
Like,
true. You're like, oh shit, they.
Like when you see somebody, you like, God damn.
Okay, I get you. Yeah. Take the perfection out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
When it's just like you may not be perfect, but somebody definitely took their time putting you together.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether it was God or Dr. Miami, like something, they did a good job.
I mean,
good job.
Once you know it's Dr. Miami, then you're like, nope, never mind. Everything I said is no longer true. Right.
Yeah.
But when you are caught off guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just parts of a person like you never thought those combinations would be. I think that's like the true 10. You can't throw that perfect word around. You lost me when that shit happens. So I'm like, bro, fuck out of here.
No, you don't believe in perfection.
No, I don't believe in that shit.
That's good. I need to be more like you in that regard.
Nah, bro.
I'll be trying to, do shit perfectly. And
nah.
I keep getting disappointed because
that's all you're gonna do is get disappointed.
Nothing is perfect.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Maybe perfect for a person, right? Like, there may be the compatibility is just on 10. But come on, perfect person, that shit is not. I don't know.
Yeah. Perfect people only exist in fiction, right? They only exist
only in those novels and only in those TV shows.
Right, because like that's why women like reading those slutty,
Yeah,
those nasty
that's
books.
exactly
Is
it.
because
This
they
motherfucker
have the
slanging
perfect
dick
man in
with
those
all the
books.
right touches, but you don't know how he treats his children. You don't know nothing else about this motherfucker. Just that he comes in the sleep of the night and gives you that, the moment before you needed it. You never knew you did. Now it's the perfect person.
Right, the
Fuck outta
perfect
here.
person, which only exists in books. And so we talked about this a little bit last week I think it was during Spicy Week, how the girls read their porn more than they watch it, right? And so the term for those kind of books is literotica.
Oh, so, I never heard that term.
I did a little bit of research, and I'm going to try to explain literotica to the fellas that maybe don't know exactly what it means or what it is, right?
Word.
So there's a couple of like general patterns that you'll find in literotica, right? Namely, it's going to start off with some sort of like seemingly innocent, undervalued woman who is attractive, but like not a knockout. Like she's not that perfect 10 that is like, God damn, she's more like a 7 or maybe even a 6. That's like, kind of average. They kind of downplay their features through the text. And they may say that they have, one sort of exceptional feature, which makes me think that they're a 6. But, they're not the most conventionally attractive person in the world. But they come across some sort of, commanding sort of man who has a certain level of aggression that they really like. And he seemingly has a lot of like options for ladies. But for whatever reason throughout the book, he decides to kind of key in on this one, on the main character. And the reason like it kind of works is the same way that Beauty and the Beast works, right? He's this big scary bad guy that nobody wants to mess with, and yet somehow he ends up liking her, and they form this bond. That's that track through like all sort of stories that you've heard or seen.
Okay.
Right, and from what looks like is that they want you to have enough monster in you that you can, fend off danger, and that she's gonna feel safe with you because can't nobody fuck with you, so can't nobody fuck with her. But not so much monster that you take that shit out on her and make it impossible for her to love you.
Right.
That's essentially the plot of all the literotica, is what I'm told.
Damn. I don't know how accurate that is. There's some accuracy there, but
I mean, doing the research is that there's 5 main occupations that the male protagonist usually has. Can you guess maybe what one of those 5 occupations is? Chef? No. What's up, Vault Investing? How you doing? Welcome to Tell Me How You Really Feel show.
Chef, construction worker.
No.
Unemployed.
No.
Gangbanger.
No. These are all the romantic interest in men's TV shows, but not in the ladies' books. K.R. Kimbrell, what's going on?
A writer.
What are the 5 main occupations?
Ken Breezy. Hey, shout out to you, bro.
What are the main 5 occupations for the men that are written into these dirty books that girls are reading? We're talking about literotica right now. If you're just joining the Tell Me How You Really Feel show, we saw that most men like to watch their porn, but most ladies like to read their porn. And there are certain similarities in each book that usually has to do with some sort of innocent lady and a very domineering man that has a soft spot for her. A doctor. He's close. I have surgeon on the list, but I will take doctor. Surgeon is one of them. You were somewhat close when you said, what was the first thing you said? Chef? I guess that's not necessarily close, but a pirate apparently is on the list as well.
What the?
No, a mechanic. No, mechanics are the people that are fucking the ladies in real life. That's I've learned that there's also 5 main occupations for players, and mechanic is one of them actually.
Oh, my headphones aren't working. Give me a second.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me? No, I don't think he can hear me. All right, we're having a little bit of difficulty on the Tell Me How You Really Feel show, but HP is going to tap in with us in just a second. So I have Pirate as number 1. I have Surgeon as number 2. Can we get some more guesses? What else do you think? I will tell you 2 of them necessarily. Well, the last 3 aren't really occupations. 2 of them are fictional characters.
Fictional characters? What?
I'll give you that hint. Yeah, 2 of them are fictional characters.
Man.
Or like not extraterrestrial. They're not human. Let's say that.
Okay. Yeah.
Got a guess?
I have no idea. No, bro.
Vampires and werewolves, right? Those are the
These
other...
are 2 of the main love interests, vampires and werewolves.
Yep, the main love interest in these books are vampires and werewolves, right? Because they want the monster that will protect them, but also has that edge that, oh my God, he might also kill me because he has the power. But he won't because he loves me.
Pirate,
surgeon, vampire, werewolf, billionaire. If you can call that an occupation.
Surgeon.
Yep. So apparently those are the 5 occupations that the male protagonist usually has in the literotica books. Pirate, surgeon, billionaire, vampire, werewolf. Do you agree with that? What is sexy, Moss, about those type of characters? What is sexy about a pirate? Like, that one really kind of threw me off. A pirate? Like, I had no idea ladies. I had no idea ladies were. Maybe that's what it is. Like Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp and Orlando Bloom. Yeah, Bloom or Brown. Yeah, Orlando Bloom.
Fucking.
And then you got vampires from Twilight and werewolves from Twilight. The surgeon and the billionaire. I'm not sure. I think surgeon might be from Grey's Anatomy. Right? The ladies love them some Grey's Anatomy. Facts. And then billionaire, self-explanatory. I think if 6 figures gives you 5 points, I feel like being a billionaire gives you like 9.5. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like it don't matter if you got. It don't matter with like you get 0.5 points for the other 5 things and 9.5 for being a billionaire.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah,
it's probably the mystery or the unrealisticness of it. So the fact that it's unrealistic, how good this man is what turns you on.
You heard it here first.
How the fuck is anybody's like? What are you supposed to do with that in real life, though? Like, yeah, these men ain't like. I understand why they saying niggas ain't shit. Yes, we're not fucking werewolves. You're right. You're absolutely right.
I like it though. It sets the expectation. You know, you give them some unimaginable, unrealisticness in the entertainment, in the books, in the novels, in the pages, in the screens, right? Mm-hmm. And then when they come to real life, they're understanding. Like, oh, okay, well, I know it's not going to be Pedro, the blood-sucking werewolf, but I'll take Hank.
See, no, but I would think it'd be the opposite. I would think like, he's just not doing it for me. There's something missing. He's kind of boring. And it's because she's not afraid that you're going to rip out her jugular one night.
So one night you do that shit.
Yeah. So one night you do that shit.
And it's over.
Yeah. She's satisfied. She's dead, but she's satisfied.
Women like stereotypes. Wow. Women like fairy tales, excuse me. Yeah. I mean, I would wholeheartedly agree with that. I think children do. I think women take those fairy tales into adulthood.
Yeah, I think we realize how far away the fairy tale is. It's like, it's always because you got to think about like what fairy tales have taught women versus what fairy tales have taught men.
Yeah,
right. From what it looks like to me in fairy tales, women can come from any walk of life. They could be like Cinderella, who is like the youngest and poorest and most misshapen child in her household, that all of a sudden gets to go to a party, meets the coolest, flyest, richest nigga at the party that owns the kingdom, and he comes looking for her. Right?
Right.
Think about that in real life. Like, if some girl that was living in a dusty closet cleaned up and went to a party, and there was a prince, like a Saudi prince, that was hosting that party, do you think, no matter what she did or said, that he would come looking for her and go through the entire town, giving girls shoes to try on, just to try and find this girl? Because I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
Right
think
there
so.
with you.
But for as a like the women come from all walks of life, but the man is always fucking royalty. That's
Royalty,
the man
bro.
that no matter where this lady comes from, the story is portrayed as she's gonna get with royalty.
Well, I don't
And
know.
that
You've
is
got
totally
Titanic.
believable.
You've got Titanic. You've got Aladdin.
Okay, yep.
You know what I'm saying? There are the one-offs that don't portray that same, that same story.
Yeah,
But
Aladdin is a good
the
example. It's the opposite. Yeah.
Right.
It's the opposite where like she's the royalty and he can find a way to get with her. Maybe oh my god. Is that why I love Aladdin so much? Like Aladdin is one of my favorite Disney movies, like of all time.
I do remember that too. That's one I do clock. Like I don't clock a lot of stuff that I watch, but Aladdin is still there.
Yeah. Like Aladdin is one of the I think it's top 3 in Disney of all time.
She said some women like to be swept off their feet. No. All women.
All women.
Fuck
I'm comfortable with saying all women like to be swept off their feet.
Yeah, even the most independent, non-loving, like, yeah, shit. I like to be swept off my feet too. Shit, fuck out of here. I don't read fairy tales though.
Let's see, what else? So yes, Literotica explained to men.
I'm just waiting on Instagram to kick us off this motherfucker.
We started late, so we're gonna be good. Matter of fact, let's get down to.
Hey, you got a show coming up, right?
Oh, we got a show coming up?
May 21st. Nah, the Alec who just popped in, artist. I think he's doing a collab show. I'm not sure, but I saw the email come through.
Okay.
The digital art.
Okay.
So if you're in NAP, I think it's in NAP. If you want to put something in the comments, bro, pub that.
Yep.
If you want to come on, pub that. But shout out to you, man. Keep doing your thing. So
yeah.
That's funny.
I think that goes hand in hand in our into our last topic, which is the problems that men face and ladies don't while they're dating. And it came from a reel that we saw of a lesbian woman who got like prosthetic like makeup and made herself look like a man and went on dates with these ladies, right? And she was very surprised by the results that she got, right? So when she went on dates as this man, she had always think from her bias that the ideal man is just a woman in a man's body, somebody that is emotionally available, emotionally vulnerable, will be honest and treat them with nothing but respect. Like that's what she thought women actually want. And so she was still being that person, like kind of being herself. She just looked like a dude. And what did she find out, HP?
Well, she found out that women are absolute bitches to men.
Ooh, he threw out the B word.
I didn't say it. She did.
She did.
She found out that in a lot of the encounters, the dates that she went on as this man, the women were just unreceptive and not really agreeing with the soft-spoken, kind-hearted, emotionally available man that she always envisioned a woman would want.
Because she said she went on over 30 dates, and they asked her if she had fun on any of the dates, and she said rarely.
Rarely.
And in fact,
why do you think that is?
I mean, she must have just been. I think she probably just took any old date with any old person just to see like just to get the reps and to see how much easier it would have been to talk to these women because maybe it was a little bit I don't know, it's probably different approaching women as a woman versus approaching them as a man. You probably get a very different reaction. So she was just getting some numbers up and it probably didn't matter whether it was, a 10 or a 3. Like it probably
This
didn't
is the
matter.
US, right?
Yeah, she's from the US. And so she went on
Okay.
these dates that she rarely had fun. And towards the end of the dates, she actually did reveal that she was a woman and not a man. And she noticed there was a stark difference in how they treated her on the date afterwards. She says then the dates did start to become a little bit fun and they were like laughing and joking and stuff. And one woman even apologized to her like for being mean to her. Like she apologized to her for being mean to her on the date. When in my brain, it's like, why were you being mean in the first place? Before you knew this was a woman, you thought it was just a man that you agreed to go on a date with. Like no one forced you to come. So why go and be mean? Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
And why go and think you have to be mean? What is it that they've been predisposed to, or that the male energy gives off that a woman just feels like, yo, like I gotta do this so you don't think this,
Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me. So I think that's a problem I didn't even know we had. That like, because when I try to go on dates, like I try to be as genuine as possible, right? Because that way I'm gonna show you the real me, and so that way you can decide whether you fuck with me or not. I'm not gonna show you some manufactured version of me, and then I gotta keep manipulating it. I gotta keep, making sure. What did I tell you? What did I show you? Yada yada. Like, no, lying is too much work at this age. So I'm just gonna let you know what it is. And so I would never just be mean off rip for no reason, or be like hella horny off rip for no reason. Like I just
a reason being you didn't go get this date from Tinder. Is that the reason?
bro, even if I did get the date from Tinder, I'm still not gonna just like come across mad horny for like, no. That's the easiest way to get your ass blocked. Tell me I'm wrong.
This is funny. Blocked. Like, what were they saying in the 50s? Like, what was blocked in the 50s?
Shit, moving to the other side of town, so I never have to talk to you again.
It was just wow. The world is available.
All right, we got about a minute and a half before our stream kicks out on Instagram.
Word. Oh, okay. Bet that. Yep.
Because it started like 30 seconds later. So we got about a minute and a half before we conclude on Instagram and it kicks us off. So I think it's about time for us to probably sign off on Instagram. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Tell Me How You Really Feel show. This has been your boy, Phil So Fly.
This has been your werewolf, Global HP.
And we'll catch you next week. If you want to check out the show before you came in and see the show in its entirety, you'll catch us over on YouTube at Tell Me How You Really Feel show. The full episode will be posted over there either tonight or tomorrow.
Yes, I appreciate y'all pulling up. Congrats to my boy KR Kimbrell getting married here soon.
Oh, yeah.
Doing your thing.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody who said hello, Vault, call me 84. And the rest of y'all, appreciate y'all. Peace.
Alec Ganesh, Deuce B. Wildin'. I'll catch y'all next week.